I'm not sure how to start this. This is Vintage Story. It's a game I've been obsessed with recently. It's like Minecraft, which is another game I love, but it's challenging in the best ways, for me at least. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I've been obsessed, just to say the least. Like, if you look at my hours, it's definitely not as many as other people might have in this game, but it's just been, I got it like a week ago and it's just kind of taken over my life. So I figured, why not maybe start a series? My goal for this is to try and make the coziest world possible. Hopefully, maybe I'll get to the point of having a little town. There could be like a storyline with like some lore behind it, maybe. Just as cozy as it can get. I want to make it happen. So we'll see if we can do that. I have a list of world settings I want to try out. We're just gonna do coziest world possible. And we're gonna go to customize. Realize infinite. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna give us 5 days. That way, I like to look around quite a bit before I settle down and get to work. So that's always nice. And I'm gonna keep inventory on because I'm a little bit of a coward. But you know, that's fine. It's fine. Survival challenges. We're gonna make the months 12 days. Havens disabled. Gonna keep this as it is. We're gonna give us a little bit more health, just as a little boost. Creature swim speed, we're gonna turn that down to the same speed as us, so we're not getting demolished by bears and rivers and stuff, so that's always nice. Gonna give tool durability a little tiny boost as well. Most cubic blocks for the chiseling, just so we can make the most of that. Color accurate world map, just because I just prefer to see the colors. It makes it look a lot nicer in my opinion. Now I'll be honest, in most playthroughs I have turned this completely off because I'm a little bit scared. But we're gonna keep it. We're just gonna put it off a little bit longer so that way we have more time to get settled before we deal with the horrors of this game. Landcover scale. I think I want to do, so that's Landcover. I think I'm going to do 70%. And we're going to make the oceans a tiny bit smaller. Maybe a little bit bigger. There we go. I'm going to keep pretty much everything the same here, but we're just going to boost the deposit frequency up a little bit. Because I've spent hours upon hours of searching for tin and I've just been unable to find it. So I think that's pretty much everything. We're gonna start the world and see where we spawn at. So my goals for this series is, like I've said, I want to make it as cozy as possible. There are a bit of mods here. I want to leave the list in the description below. And kind of organize them out into little sections. Mods that affect the world generation, the content mods. Mods that affect the quality of life. Like one, for example, is better chisel, just to kind of boost that. And for funsies mod. Because you will see at least 2 of those kind of soon. because it just makes things a little bit cuter, kind of fits that cozy vibe that I'm trying to go for. I'll be honest, this is the first time I've made a video that is going to be long form, because if you go to my channel, most of them have been like little clip compilations of me and my friends playing video games. This one, I hope for it to be quite a bit longer. It'll kind of put my editing to the test, which I'm excited for. So as we have here, this is, I believe this is the player model library mod. It was because I had something going on with this, but it's required for the 2 other mods that are here, which are down here, and they basically just allow you to have ears and little antlers on your head, as you can tell. So the thing I love about this game, technically what you are is you're a seraph. You're not exactly a human, so you don't exactly have... You can be green, you could be neon blue if you want. That's the best part. I usually tend to go for like a little green with blue eyes, because I have blue eyes IRL. Let's go for a higher voice pitch. I find the harmonica to be very funny, but this is the sound we'll make when we're taking damage. It's the sound the other NPCs will make, but they have different instruments and everything. But let's go for... Let's go for the flute. And we'll go for a medium pitch. For the hair, we're gonna go... long flowing? No, let's go long with strands. There we go. I like the little braid that it has. We're gonna make the hair blue, just because... I don't know. I mean, blue's my favorite color, so... IRL, I technically have, like... I have brown hair, I'll be honest. But let's go for the blue, just because it doesn't have to be realistic. That's the fun part about a game. And for the extras... I think... Let us go for... We could make it look messy. Let's just go for a simple ponytail like that. We'll put our clothes on our little character. Maybe. Huh. Okay. No mustache, no beard. Let's go for the antlers, though. I like the caribou ones. They remind me of reindeer. Either that, or there's the marsh deer, which I also like. I think I might go with these. For the ears, I think we're gonna go for the elf ears. And for the class, we're just gonna stick to the basics. So far, I haven't messed with any of the classes in this game. That might be a good idea for later videos, though. So for now, I think I like how we're looking, so I'm gonna keep it that way. And we have spawned in. So I'm playing with one of the mods, and it's... Oh, hi! My cat has come to join us. Her name is Lucy. We found copper right away, that's good. But as you can see on my map, we didn't have to put down a marker. And that's just because the mod is auto map markers. That makes a lot of sense. So basically it just makes it so I don't necessarily have to, and it'll mark important things for me. Like where copper nodes are, edible mushrooms, all that fun stuff. To be honest, how I start, it kind of varies every single time, whether or not it's focused on gathering foods or exploring. But overall, I am loving this landscape so far. It's very beautiful. We got some mushrooms down there and some mushrooms over here. The red wine caps. The field mushrooms. These are good too. And even puffballs. See, the thing I love about this game is for a while I had this like obsession with doing research on mushrooms. Like one thing I love and just have always been one thing I've always been interested in though has been just survival aspects. Like one of my favorite TV shows is Alone. A few weeks before I got this game, I was just like, hey, it would be cool to learn actual flint knapping. But then I got this game, so now I can flint knap in this game instead of real life. It looks like there's little structures over here. We are playing with better ruins. So these are definitely part of that. Little lantern up here. More paths. Looks very cool. Oh my gosh. We also have the rivers mod. So that is one of those. A big old river. We could build a bridge across that eventually. But back to the mushroom thing. They are very realistic with their mushrooms. Like you can... A lot of the reasons why I've learned what mushrooms are edible in this game is because I've learned that they're edible in real life. Like the puffball mushrooms, they are edible. But only if they're fully white on the inside. If they have a bit of yellow, that means they've started to spore and you don't want to eat them. They aren't good. But there's also like chicken of the woods, oyster mushrooms you can find here. And those, that's just the coolest thing to me. That they're realistic with that, and it's just a simple touch. Something I really appreciate. So we gotta find some more flint. Is that an elk? Oh, it's a baby deer. Look at that. Oh, and it's a bunny too. I love this game. The animals are so majestic. I also have the zoom mod just so I can get some close-up shots. Looks like we got a little trader friend up here. Let's go and check them out. See what they have for us. Hello. Haven't seen you around here before. You just wake up? I might still be dreaming. This ain't a dream, stranger. At least not one you'd like to be in. The air, the suns, the fields, how can it be real? They give you a tired smile. I can see it, friend. It's real, but it's treacherous. Demons stalk the land, and the world itself shifts. What's your name? Osa. You got anything to trade? There. Furniture trader, so we can get lanterns, doors, fences. Oh, those are cute. You know? With the cozy thing, we're probably gonna come back to you at some point. You know, I really wish I could take these gears, but those are yours, so I cannot give you back your own money. That's not how that works. When you're playing Skyrim, you can steal from them and then give their money back by buying stuff, but you know. Okay, so we're back to looking for flint for now. It's granite. I don't know if I can... Oh, we can nap with granite. Okay. Well, it says you can. Let me pick up a few more. Oh, yeah, we can. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna make a knife. The thing I am also a fan of about this game is it's just like a slower paced Minecraft, you know? You get to make your stone tools by just clicking on the pixels, and it's very cozy to me in a way. I'm gonna use that word quite a lot, I feel like. But it's just very relaxing almost. You just click. The sound design of this game is so nice too. And I don't think y'all can hear because I have that turned off, but I have lo-fi playing in the background, so just kind of fits that vibe so much more. So, okay, so now we're gonna want to get some sticks. That way we can actually turn these into tools that we can use. And we're probably gonna want to go down to the water and get some of those cattails that we saw. That way we can expand our inventory from just our hotbar. I have a little bit of experience in this game. I'll be honest, I think the farthest I've ever gotten in it has been... I think I made it to... yeah, I made it to the tin bronze stage, but that... I know how to make iron, but I haven't actually done it yet. So we'll be able to go through that experience together. What kind of stone we have? We got granite. That'll be... I am okay with that. Granite makes a nice block to build out of. Great for foundations. Good for cellars too. We're gonna need a lot of the cattails. We can start making hand baskets. And these will also be what makes our very first chest that we have. What time is it? It is already noon in game. It's very rainy. Rain in this area seems to be very common. Now I will say one of the other mods we have, you might notice, is we do have some plants in this game that aren't normally there. Like the little berry bushes. I don't know if raspberries are actually in this game or if that's added. Okay, no. It says that they're added by the Wildcraft Fruits and Nuts mod. There was a tree mod that I did have installed, but I took it out for this just because I wasn't too big of a fan of it, but it is, you know, it could be nice to have at some point. I played with it a little bit on my other save, and it just kind of gave me a lot of other stuff in my inventory that I didn't really use. And it didn't really have much purpose other than those certain things, so that's kind of why I took it out. Hi, Lucy. Something about the style of this game and just the colors and the details that went into it all, it's just... it's very nice. A lot of... you can tell that a lot of effort went into this, a lot of care. And it is an early access game, so there can be some bugs, but that's normal. And it's constantly getting updated. Like I saw in the Discord for it that they're teasing fishing that they're going to be adding soon, which I am so excited for. I always love when there's fishing in a game. I think fishing in Stardew Valley, that was something I got totally obsessed with. It was very aggravating at first to get the tactic down for that. That was so fun. I mean, the games that I enjoy playing, they're pretty much survival or any cozy game that you can decorate in. So I've played games from Skyrim to Stardew Valley to The Sims to Animal Crossing. I would love to play some of those games on here as well eventually. But so far my goal is to just start making videos, making a series of some sort, you know? Instead of just making clip compilations, I would like to make a series. I do also have like a bigger pockets mod just to increase the stack size. But that'll just be better for like later game stuff. I'm just gonna go make some baskets and that will expand our inventory for now. Let's eat some berries. If rain is common in this area, we're gonna have to make a lightning rod. We'll just keep getting some cattails for now. These roots will also make good food, or we can plant them as well. Relocate them. I think tool would also be good to find. We can make thatch with that, thatch roofs. Those are great. Oh, we got some more berries, some lingonberries. You know, I kind of made a list of things to talk about, and I haven't really talked about them, but, you know, it's fine. It's one of the things I want to get better at as I start this adventure. Ooh, peridotite. I think we need that later for iron. You know, let me just mark that manually. We're gonna do rocks, and we're gonna make it green. Peridotite. So we have 21 days to get settled until the first temporal storm, and that'll be fun. We might step out. Yep, words. We might step out of our house, take a look at Dave. But yeah, as I was saying, one of the things I would like to get better at is, you know, commentating. Just overall making commentary about what I'm playing as I'm playing it. And I figure one of the ways to improve at that is to just, you know, take the step and do it. So that's what I'm gonna kind of be doing, is I'm gonna be making videos, gonna be recording them, editing them, and hopefully improving at them the entire time. And hopefully you guys can see that progress. And if you have any tips for me, feel free to leave them. Leave them in the comments down below. That would be greatly appreciated. Now, what kind of cool generation is this? It kind of looks like a whale mouth. Just like snap a googly eye on there. You know? That's kind of cool. Now, I'm kind of going into this world with no, like, solid plans of what I'm aiming for. I think I'll just kind of roll with the punches of whatever this world throws at me. Currently, I'm playing with the Plains and Valleys world generation mod, so that's kind of why we have this beautiful landscape right here. You know, I'm not entirely sure where I want to set up for the first time. Oh, we got the river over here. Oh, the river goes through the mountain, I see. Oh, hello. What are you? You're a little deer. Tiny deer. Hi, little deer. A hoodoo deer. You do? Now, for those who don't know, those are rifts, and that is where the monsters come from. That's where they can spawn. I don't think we won't have to deal with them for now, but that is something we will definitely have to deal with later. That's also what this little gear down here is for. That is our temporal stability. It was very rude of you, Berry Bush. Basically, I would compare it to like our sanity in this game, but it's not quite sanity. But the effects of losing it is you do kind of go crazy. You start seeing things, you start hearing things. Dave stops around. Now when we actually get to the Temporal Storm, for those of you who don't know who I'm talking about when I say Dave, I will be very clear on pointing him out to y'all. So I'm just kind of walking around talking, so. Why did I think that was an egg at first? What is that? Why is it orange? Is that to our northeast? Northwest? Northwest. Never eat soggy Wheaties. I always have to do that in my head when I'm trying to think about directions. That was something I learned way too late in life, is like what direction, like whether, I know north is up and south is down, but east and west always confused me. And I still have to think about it to this day. I don't really get confused with my lefts and rights, thankfully. I know some people that do. But east and west, that gets me. Over here, these are the eggs, right? Yeah, this right here. Oh, is that why it looks like an egg? There's a patch of grass down there. Looks like we got granite for the first level. That's good. Be very useful. We got carrots, we got some rye that we can collect. We want to get the seeds for that. Honestly, getting the seeds for anything would be great right now, especially flax. That will be very important. Oh yeah, and if you see these particles, that is just because I can spend like hours searching for something and never find it, and then it'll just be here staring at me. So the particles just kind of help point out a little bit of harder things to find. Because I definitely would have just passed that up as just regular dirt if that wasn't the case. Looks like we have another patch over here. That is very fortunate. Okay. The good thing about games is you can always play them how you prefer to. Sure, there's things that you can do to make it more challenging for yourself, because some people like the challenge, but then there's some people who like to make it a little bit easier just to enjoy playing the game. Everyone likes different aspects. And that is why the gaming community is very diverse. It seems like it's getting dark. Yeah, it is almost nighttime. You know, I think I do want to build by a big lake, but I'm not entirely sure. That is a very big lake. You know, I could do that. I think we'll just kind of know the... I think I'll know the places are right, just cause feeling, you know? Oh, I've kind of missed out on a vital part of this, you know, making an axe. That is very useful. Very good to do. Especially when you're trying to start a fire as it's getting dark. You kind of need an axe to make firewood. What we're gonna do, we're gonna eat these almond mushrooms. Oh, I threw a rock. Okay. We're gonna eat these, and then we're gonna cut down this pine tree. I'm kind of glad we haven't come across any predators yet. That is, I think, the thing I struggle with quite a lot in this game, is the predators. They are very friend-shaped, but they are definitely not friends. Okay, so let's turn this into our firewood. Actually, I don't think I need this pine resin right now. That will come back. That is a renewable source. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna turn this fire pit, you know, make it into a fire pit. We'll start a fire. And we're gonna make an extinguished torch and just, you know, stick that in there. Get it nice and toasty. And that way we can continue looking around, even in the dark. Usually on the first night, you would be kind of terrified. You would go into a little dirt hut. But since we do have that nifty little grace period, it just gives us a little bit more time to look around. And a good place to get settled. Oh, there's a little fish. Oh my god. There's 3 fish. Oh, this is a terrible place for y'all to live. I wish I could stick the, like, just place it there. Maybe I can place it there. Yeah. We're gonna help get them from there. This little pond that they live in. We could even cook them on the fire. It's kind of the sad part about survival games is, you know, you gotta feed yourself. So it's always good to thank the fish. They do their best. Okay. I know I can collect the bones, but I think I'm gonna leave them there for now. And we can always find them later if we really wanted to. Or, you know, in real life they would just eventually go back into the earth. Now, where was that fire? I know I just made it. Over here, okay. I appreciate that it's so, you know, bright. Let's put some more firewood in there so those can actually cook. Cooked fish charred. We can also take a look at the map too. It does kind of look like the stone around here is more blue, so that's probably the andesite, and then this is the granite. I can't wait to eventually get a fuller map that we can just look at. We'll eat some of that fish. You know, we'll take a little sit. You know? Oh. There we go. So pretty. That could be a potential thumbnail. Yep. Okay, we're not gonna eat the rest of that fish because we are not hungry, so we'll keep that. That'll stay fresh for a while. You know, I could sleep, but I think I'll just keep looking out. I'll try not to get the torch wet as I keep looking around. Now, I did kind of like this area over here. but I think I want to go kind of fill out this bit over here. So we'll go west. North? West. 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 Yeah. West. You know, I think nighttime would be a good time to kind of talk about... I made a list of fun facts, I'll be honest. Just to kind of introduce myself to y'all a little bit better. I am 20 years old. I'm from the Midwest in America. I have a sorry. I have a freedom units mod just because I use Fahrenheit, so that just kind of helps me understand it a little bit better. I kind of got used to Celsius while playing Phasmophobia, but I really only know freezing. I think 40 is when it is like super hot. Oh, is that a trader over there? Oh, sticks. Ooh, worm. This worm right here, that's from the primitive survival mod. And the one thing you can do about him, with them, you can bait him, you can use them for bait, or a little snack. I would never do that in real life. But in the game, I find it funny. Yep. But I am 20 years old, yes. I currently work as a baker. One of the things I'm passionate about is very much cooking. I would consider myself a fantastic cook. I'm definitely not Gordon Ramsay of any sort, but I can feed myself and I can enjoy it while I do. So we got another trader here. An agricultural supplier. What is his name? Grit. That's kind of rugged. Got anything to trade? Oh my god, you sell seeds! We're gonna buy some things from you. Hold up, I can make a skep and give that, and you'll buy that? Hold up. What does it take to make a skep? Oh, okay, so I do need clay. Yes, I hear you. You know, it's kind of dark. I'm just gonna, you know, would you mind if I just kind of gonna eat my dinner? And I'm just gonna sleep right here. Hope you're fine with that. It's a bit too late to stop me though, so appreciate the help, Grit. I will come back for you. What is— oh my gosh. Oh. You know, I don't need the torch in my hand anymore, so. You know, that is kind of a cool— that's some interesting generation right there. I like it, Picasso. We got some bear berries. Ooh, and another rift. That's lovely. Oh, and we got another lake here. You know what we could do is we could make our house over here. Get our base going. We could have a mine over there. Or mine over here. We got a trader over there. We got Grid over there. And we got Osa over there. We can make a bridge that crosses, connects the two. We got this little elbow place right here. Yeah. That's an elbow if I've ever seen one. I think we found a good place to set up. And you know, we'll always go exploring later, find other stuff. Seems like there's some quartz here. Don't know what to do with the quartz for now. I know it's used for glass, but that's about it. That's all I know. And we got the andesite over here. Okay. Oh, and there's a little tree area. I believe tree areas are called forests, you know? Are these oak? No, they're walnut. You know? I think this is a good place. I'm feeling good about this. What do y'all think? It's kind of rainy, so it's kind of hard to see, but I think it's good. Got plenty of water. We could even make a little dock area if we wanted. Because, you know, usually on maps, rivers tend to lead to oceans. So maybe we could even get some coral and some fishes. Some fishies. Yeah, I'm feeling good about this. Niasberry. Niasberry? Wonder if those have to be real, I feel like. You know, I panicked for a second because I thought I had my torch out and that would have just extinguished it, but it did not. So we are safe, we are good. Now the hard part is going to be trying to decide where to set up over here. Because like I said, I don't really have a plan going into this. Ooh, copper, that's great. I will take as many as those little copper bits as I can get. And I'm just gonna say over here, meteoric iron, that's what those particles are. But we are nowhere close to getting that, so I'll just kind of leave those as they are. Yeah, we could even make a cute little bridge over here as well. Across this river, we got gravel and stuff. You know, I think this could be a good little mountain to dig into. Or a little first starter home. Yeah, I think I'll just make a reed chest and we will put that over here, kind of clear our inventory a little bit. Put all the seeds and stuff in there. Keep the food and stuff. But I think we'll just kind of start digging this place out. Make sure we got a little bit of space. I definitely plan to build a bigger and better home. But for now, this will do what we need it to do. It'll give us shelter from the night. We can store things here. Get some pottery going as well once we get some clay. Which we did see some around here somewhere. We can start working on the pottery age. And that way we can start working on getting copper and our copper tools. Okay, that looks like it might be as far as we can go. Or what we could do, dig up a little, make it a second floor. Never mind. Does not seem like we can make it any higher. Okay. We have this little area dug out. I'll make a little roof. We can do something with this. I'm not sure what, but something. Okay, now I think what I'm gonna do, I'll flatten this wall a little bit more. Okay. Turn this low fertility soil into some packed dirt. And then turn that into rammed earth. And, you know, it's not... It just stands out a little bit better, so it's kind of easier to spot. It'd probably be good for some texturing later on, if I'm being honest. It does kind of have those stone-like qualities. It's easy to break too. Just put that, just use the shovel. I'll use the medium fertility soil as well. Just because, you know, there's a lot of dirt. Not like we're gonna run out of it anytime soon. Let's build up the walls a little bit. We got ourselves a little cave. Okay. Now we're gonna want to make a door to this place. I don't know if we have enough sticks for that. You know, it would be good to get some tree seeds, plant them a bit closer so that way we got trees later on. That's a cave we will have to check out later. That is scary. Because I think even with the grace period they might be able to spawn. I am not entirely sure on that though. Oh yeah, there's also a horse mod. So eventually we'll be able to tame these guys. And we could even make a cute little stables. That'll be lovely. Got some maple logs here. And I just love the little details that they do with the particles, like the leaves falling away. Oh, bye, horsey. Oh, hi, little chickie. Eventually we're gonna get some of those. I want to make the cutest coop I can. I don't know how functional it will be, but you know, it'll be cute, and that's what matters. Huge. What am I looking for? I can eat these, the flowers. Small pieces of driftwood. I'm kind of recording this kind of late at night for me. I apologize for any yawning, but I'm a little bit sleepy. It's been a bit of a day, a long day. But I am very fortunate to be able to come home and play video games. And just kind of relax. Got more mushrooms over here too. I love this. Another scary cave. We will definitely have to explore that later. Always later. We don't even have a pickaxe, so we couldn't even get anything from them. Yeah, that's our little home. We can mark it on the map for now. Oh yeah, I wanted to get more sticks. Okay. We'll mark this on the map. For now, that is a reference to a very old video series. It's called Race to the Moon, if any of y'all know that. It was an old Minecraft mod pack series with Stampy and Ballistic Squid. I don't think it was Ash Dubs on that. I think Ash Dubs was in Crazy Craft, but cannot remember for the life of me the name of the other person, but I'm sure I'll remember at some point, or I'll just look it up, you know? I'm gonna get some more sticks is what I was trying to get, wasn't I? Well, this is definitely not the right way for sticks, but you know. That is a wattle fence. I'm looking for a gate. What does it take to make a wattle gate? Oh, okay. I definitely didn't need any more sticks for that recipe, but we'll just head back and we'll put those in place. It'll be a good door for now, and it won't fall apart on us. Oh my gosh. I'm just sleepy. But yeah, these won't fall apart on us like a crude door would. That's just a little tip for starting out. Crude door that can fall apart when you open it, but for the gates, they won't. Sorry about that, was just taking a little drink. We'll get another fire set up in here. Because once you put the torches on the walls, they do have a limited time. We don't necessarily need it started right now, but it'll be okay. So we're gonna want to get some clay next. We're also gonna probably need to get some more cattails. We might have to make another knife as well. We should go ahead and do that. There's a lot of steps to this game. Gotta get the flint to make the knife, to get the cattails, to get the reeds, to make the chest, to clear the inventory, to then have the space to get the clay. It's a long process, but I enjoy every step of it. Let me just take this. I don't have the stick. Okay. Throw that seed in there. We'll go get some sticks. I don't know why I'm talking like that, but sometimes I just go a little bit southern. I don't even mean to, it's just like natural, I guess. I don't know. See, no one I grew up around really had that accent. It just sometimes some words it just kind of slips out, you know? Like when some people say oil. I say oil, but some people will say ol. Honestly, depends on where you grow up. Like my grandma, she always called it a washcloth. Instead of a washcloth. My dad also says that every now and then. I don't really say wash, just cause I feel like, I don't know, there's not really a reason to it. Into the sea. The river. Dialects and languages have always been interesting to me. It's just kind of interesting that everything... Language as a concept, if you think about it, is just really interesting. What are you? Oh, you're a horse. Okay. Oh, bye, horsey. I needed the stick to make the knife. Stick to make the knife. To make the cat... to get the cattails. Oh, maple seed. You know, I will take you with. I get rid of real quick. I can eat these blueberries. But yeah, I think a few of the things I'm passionate about, just to kind of get on that conversation again. The three main things that have kind of stuck with me throughout my life have been cooking, writing, and it's always been being a content creator since I discovered I could. I remember sitting at the Xbox, playing Minecraft, just pretending to be recording videos. I'd go around the house making little vlogs. So to be able to hopefully be able to do that, that would be really like a dream come true for me, I'll be honest. I've always been super into reading and writing books as well. Eventually I would love to also write a book. Get published in some way. I do have some ideas, but I haven't really worked on them as of recently. I know, like, I have the plot line, I have the characters, I need to develop them a little bit more to, you know, make them realistic. But funny enough, it will be survival based. It's like post-apocalyptic. I love the idea of surviving. I have no idea why. Surviving in games, surviving in books, just everything about it. I don't know. It's just like one of those things that fascinates me. Fresh for 7 days, fresh for 8 days. We can just stack those. Some of these. Make another chest. I need 3 of them, don't I? Yeah, I got all the cattails I can out of there. Let's take this maple tree and we will plant it right here. In a few days, we'll have a tree. It will be growing. We'll have some wood, and that'll make more trees. We could plant a forest this side of our river. Great. I would like to hopefully find some clay and get some clays going in the pit kiln before I end this video here. Just because, you know, it is getting a little bit late for me. It's currently 12:30. December 2nd. It's a little bit late. And I do have work tomorrow, working at the bakery. I do love that job. But I think it would just be nice to have more control, you know, be my own boss. That would be amazing. Like, sure, there's different responsibilities if you're a content creator. There's like different, like, you gotta be able to record, you know, you can't just make a video and bam, you're there. But I've been watching a lot of YouTubers and they'll be talking about like how their stories got started, and I just look up to that so much. Like, I think watching Markiplier's Power Wash Pals. I was watching that the other day with my boyfriend, and We watched the one with Ethan, and we watched the one with Jacksepticeye, and those stories are just always so inspiring to me. Like, I always look up to those. Hearing their stories, how they got started. And I know it kind of gets harder the more subscribers you get, I guess. But I will say I'm not really looking for fame if I pursue this as a content creator. I think I'm just looking to have a job where I am happy with what I'm doing, you know? My goal in life is to be happy with what I'm doing, do what I love, and make other people happy while doing it. 'Cause it's always nice to bring a smile to someone else's face. I would like to someday be able to inspire those who have inspired me. Or, well, I guess I could say inspire others like people have inspired me in the past. And just kind of keep that chain going. Because everyone wants to find what they're happy doing. I still need more cattails. Oh, hello, Little Rift. That's great. I still need more cattails. Where are the cattails at? Cattails over there, cattails down here. But when I'm doing this, I'm not looking for fame. I'm just looking to be happy doing what I'm doing. And make other people happy in the process. Even if a video just brings you a smallest amount of happiness, that's what I'm striving to do here. If it brightens your day even a little bit, I will know I have done my job. Oh, we got some blueberries. That is a vertical horse over there. Okay. I feel like I keep walking past them. Sorry, horses, I'm gonna spook you. And you know, eventually I would like to expand on the series as well. I'd love to make Stardew Valley content. That's a game I have way too many hours in, I'll be honest. I think I have over 1,000 hours in Stardew Valley. Across like 3 different platforms too. The PlayStations, I have it on my Switch. And of course, I think I have like 800 hours on Steam. It's crazy. But it is such a good game, I'll be honest. Genuinely. Like, for those who have not played it, it's not everyone's cup of tea. That's just how it is with gaming, but I would definitely recommend giving it a shot if you haven't already. It is one of those games, though, that you kind of have to use the Wikipedia for. Which isn't always a bad thing. I like how well thought out the Wikipedia is for it. It makes finding information you need very easy. Okay, we have enough to make another basket. So, I think we'll set the baskets up here. And, you know, in this, I think we will put kind of like plant stuff, I guess. Okay. We're gonna go get this other basket right here. Pick all this up. Pick up the basket and we'll bring it into our little cozy house. I could make a hay bed if I wanted to. But I think I'll go out and search for clay. And then that way we can get started on some pottery. Hopefully we can get this nuggets of these copper nuggets. Hopefully we can get these copper nuggets smelted and get closer to the copper age. Because once we have a pickaxe, it'll just make it gathering stone for our house so much easier. You know, I wonder if we can see it on the map. Like maybe this up here, that might either be peat or clay. I have a cat scratching up my floor. That's not good. Yeah, we'll go up here, see if it's clay or if it's just some dirt. It might be patchy dirt. Oh, it is clay. Oh my gosh, I was not expecting to be right on that. And it looks like we're gonna be needing another shovel. Okay. It does look like there's a forest up here though, as well. Arrow break. Yeah, there's a forest here. Just make one more axe head. I don't mean to make an axe head, I meant to make a shovel head. Okay. You know, we'll have another axe while we're at it. Always good. Shovel, that's what we're aiming for. Okay. Now I will say I'm open to any criticism, recommendations, constructive criticism, recommendations, tips, anything y'all can give me in the comments. I would deeply appreciate your input. Any way I can improve on this, make it any better, I would love to know. If there's any balancing I need to do with the audios, anything I could do with the editing that could make it better, that would also be great. Honestly, I'm just looking forward to being able to engage with y'all and hear your input. Something about being able to build a community just with similar interests is always nice to look forward to. Because it's like you're finding a place for people. Ooh, Pete, we're gonna need that. That just makes the pit kilning of it a little bit faster. But finding your own group of people that you can share similar interests with, that's always just so nice. I do plan on making a Discord eventually for y'all to join. I think that's a little later down the line, but I'll definitely make sure to let y'all know when I have that out and when that's available. If you stuck around the video this long, thank you. I really do appreciate that. We're gonna get this clay going. Gonna get some pottery. And like I said at the beginning, I'll leave a list of the mods that I have installed in the description of this video so y'all can check it out, as well as the seed and the world settings. So if y'all want to play on this, you can. Forgot that this is a little ridge there. I've kind of got scared for a sec. We're gonna go back to our home. And we're gonna strive to make a few necessities. Okay, the torch can go back on the wall. Now we are gonna need a spot for the pit kilns. So we'll see how far I can dig this way. Not too far. But it expands it just a little bit so we can fit a few more pit kilns in here. This can be our little Pit kiln coroner. And I love how realistic it is with the survival. Like, they've definitely done the research in it. Let's just clear this grass. Because I believe there is fire spread on, and that would not be good. Okay, so I think we're definitely gonna want to start with making a crucible. Why is it that one crucible takes 2, but 4 takes 13? I feel like you're spending more clay to make 4 at once. Okay, so we're gonna want to remove these clay bits. Gonna want to place those clay bits back. We kind of need those. I love how therapeutic placing these bits are. Like, there's something so satisfying about putting the effort into it and watching it come out. I know that there's like a step-by-step guideline of it, but it's nice. It's also like one of those things that's like oddly satisfying as well. There we go. We got our red clay crucible. You know, we could make 4 of those, have those stocked up. We are only gonna need 1 for now, though. Oops. Could have done that a little bit better. Oh, hello, grass. I just broke. You're coming back already. I wonder if I know that there's goats in this game. I've never gotten to them. But do they eat the grass? I know goats in real life do. Eventually I would love to have like a little homestead where I could just release the goats and never need to mow a lawn, because they'll just take out the grass. But, you know, I don't know if that'll actually happen. Goats are cute, though. In the Midwest, we've seen a lot of people that have goats, so. Drive down the highway and there's just a field and there's the goats. There was a lady that came into the store that I worked at the time, and they were buying dog collars, and I was like, oh, what are those for? You must have a lot of dogs, because she bought like 12 collars. And she was like, no, they're just for my goats. And I'm just like, you know, if they work, they work. She went ahead and told me all their names. I remember that at least, okay, 2 of them were called Salt and Pepper. And you know, I just love food-themed names. Especially for pets. Nature names as well, those are also absolutely amazing. Like my little cat Lucy, she was adopted. Her name was Lucy when I got her. She was about a year old when I adopted her, and that was back in 2020. I was thinking about naming her Storm for a little bit, but that just kinda, it didn't really stick with me. She's a gray cat, a little gray tabby. But her nickname that we call her is Lucy Goosey. So I just think of that little goose with the knife from Untitled Goose Game every time I say that. And I think that's lovely. And I do realize there is the duplicate layer mode, but while I'm just talking, it's, you know, we'll just have this going. I do plan on this being like a longer form video, something for y'all to just, you know, have playing in the background while y'all are playing some game of your own. Or if you want to sit and watch this entire thing, you know, that's also amazing. What I do with vintage story content is I usually just have it on in the background, you know, while I'm playing vintage story myself. It usually happens with Stardew Valley and Minecraft too. I usually watch Gemini Tay when I play Minecraft. She's amazing at giving inspiration for builds. I watch people like Therm and just, you know, other Stardew Valley creators. That the only name I could think of off the top of my head was Therm, but I'm making some ingot molds now. Go with those crucibles. And like I was saying earlier, I watch Markiplier for, you know, just general content. He's a great YouTuber. The king of Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm not sure if he's still that, but you know. I love his content either way. He's a great inspiration. Wait, is this a... My thing's going down. Is that because of the area, or... Current rift activity is low. This area might just be a bad temporal stability spot. That might not be good. We might have to move. We'll have to see. But for now, we'll just keep these going. Okay, we got a few ingot molds. I feel like I could make storage vessels. No, we're gonna want to make an anvil mold though. We're definitely gonna need that. Kind of like painting, making pixel art. But it's 3D. I mean, that is what pottery is, really. Like making a picture, but 3D. I wonder what music I'll decide to put behind this video. Because I don't want it to be just me talking and the ambiance. I might have to turn the weather down though, the rain's kind of loud. Hopefully it comes through clearly. If not, I can turn game sounds down. I did figure out how to separate those audios, so that'll make it a lot easier. I've done a lot of research. You know, I think I've kind of reached where I'm in the zone. Having something to focus on instead of just running around has definitely helped. I'm like super locked in right now. Awesome. You know, for those who have stuck around, thank you. What question can I ask y'all? You know, I'll ask y'all what your favorite color is. I know that my favorite color, personally, it's really any shade of blue. And green is a very close second, like it is almost tied for favorite. Green and blue are like top tier colors. Blue might be, some people would consider it basic, but it's like, it's a color, you know? Colors are beautiful, and there isn't many new colors coming out nowadays, so it's like... I was definitely one of those kids where once I got older, I was just like, I don't like pink, that's too girly. And I think back on that and I'm just like, you know, it's a color. And and I am a girl, so it's like, okay. Got that anvil mold made. Great, lovely. Fish, we're gonna eat that, get some protein in our diet. We gotta trim our grass floor again. Gosh. You know, if I wanted to, I could probably get a few of those firing already, but... we're gonna wanna make some molds. We're gonna need the hammer mold. That was a bit messy, but I was just planning to do that and then go ahead and come in and just take out the bits that I did too much of. And we'll go ahead and make that pickaxe mold. And now we can make a mold holder. Like a I think it's like a vertical shelf or something, I don't know. Just going in here a bit rough and then we'll clean it up. That might have been a bit too rough. Okay. We'll just clean it up, make it look better, make it the pickaxe look how it's supposed to. And that way it'll function as it's supposed to. You don't want a lopsided pickaxe. Although I guess that's kind of what the prospecting pickaxe in this game is. That's just for taking geode samples. You got bottles, cauldrons, that's for like a culinary artillery mod and expanded foods. Because as I have mentioned, I am a big fan of cooking, and that transfers to video games as well. Any cooking game, love it. Any cooking game, any video game where I can cook, I will definitely take advantage of that. You know, I think I'll make a few... No, I should make a cooking pot. So I can make stews and stuff. Cooking pot is definitely base game in this. There's other foods we can get into, like I think there's like chopping that you can do with expanded foods. Pickling is a base game thing. There's just a little bit more you can do. And you know, if you're surviving butt and nail and tooth to live, why not enjoy some good old soup while you're able to? Soup is the kind of food that can make you feel like you're thriving, even when you're merely surviving. That is the thing I want to do with this game, is I want to not just survive, but I do want to take this land and thrive. I was really stumbling over my words at the beginning of this, and I do still stumble over my words, but I think I'm getting the hang of it. You kind of reach a set mind state, like a good flow. And when you're in it, you're just in it. Then we got some bowls to go with that. Great. We can serve ourselves some soups now. Okay. Now I think we're ready to get these fired up. We're just gonna dig out some pits. I don't want to dig them out too far because I don't want the fire to spread too much, but I think we'll go about here. We'll see how far we can go. I think that's good enough. I think if we go any farther, we're not gonna have much space in our house. Okay, so we'll go through. Place all of these in our little pits, because they're pits, and the kiln is the pit. I do still stumble on my words, and that's fine. That is a-okay. That's completely normal. It just takes time, you know? Gotta build up. Eventually I'll be talking to y'all like it's a regular day, because it will be. I did just enough pit kilns for that. That, you know, it's not a big thing, but that surprised me, I'll be honest. Celebratory berries. 64%, oh. Why is it going down so much? I think this area might just be temporally unstable. It's kind of sad, but we might have to move. Oh, there's a deer. We're gonna need more grass. We're gonna need more sticks. And we might have to get some more of that peat for sure. Yeah, definitely. I know if I go far away, like far enough away, it might stop the instability, but... Gorsh. I know spawn was fine. I'm surprised I didn't notice it going down earlier. You know, I think making this video, it's a lovely end to my day. I get to relax, I get to like chill out, wind down for the night. A lovely end to the day. Very calming. And honestly, I'm surprised we haven't come across any, like, major threats, and, you know, that's probably gonna come back at some point, but, you know. I don't want to jinx it or anything, but I'm gonna treasure it while that lasts. We have some little islands over here as well. They're not big islands. I feel like there's definitely a name for these, but I cannot think of them for the life of me. We're gonna need a lot of sticks. Like a lot of sticks. It'll give us a lot of tree seeds. Yeah, the gear stops spinning once I'm over here. Okay, so if I go back and it starts going down again, I don't know, that area is sadly no good. But you know, there's two sides of the river, so. Now I don't know if it'll go back up on its own, but hopefully it will. Get some more leaves by breaking the branchy leaves. More sticks, I mean. Oh, and this is an oak tree. That's great. We will need oak at some point, or once we want to start making leather. It's very realistic with that too, because, you know, it took me forever to realize, like, I think it was just a few months ago that I was just like, oh, I wonder how you make leather, like, primitively, and you take tannins from an oak tree. Which is, I think it's, I can't say for sure what it is, but I know it's the thing in acorns that make it no good. You gotta extract the tannins. Oh, that is a pit. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, that scared me. I did jinx it. Okay. I did in fact jinx that. Okay. We're just gonna leave those little pigs on their own. They can stay on that island. You can stay over there. I'm not gonna hurt you. Y'all can keep that island to yourself. But I know that the tannins are the things in the acorns that you get from the oak trees that make the acorns taste bitter. So if you were to make like acorn butter, you have to take the tannins out. Now, tanning leather, I thought that was just like letting it dry in the sun, you know, like a suntan, but no, it's soaking it in tannins. And you know, that kind of makes sense. I was just like, when I saw a video about it, I was just like, oh, that makes so much sense. I'm surprised I never put the two together, but in this game, to make leather, you gotta take the oak logs and then you soak them in the water to get like a light tannin, and then you soak more oak logs in it to get a stronger tannin. And then you soak the hide, and you scrape the hide with your little flint knife. Then you soak it in the stronger tannin. And then you got yourself leather. So fascinating to me, the processes that we went through. Oh, I still don't have enough sticks. Now, did I take that mod out where it's... Yeah, I took the mod out that where you get sticks from firewood. That's okay. We're gonna need more peat, and we are gonna need more food. Okay, so... And our gear is going down, so this is sadly unstable, so we are gonna have to move. But I think for now we're okay. We're just starting out, it's completely fine. Oh, hi little bunny. And also the primitive survival mod that, speaking of bunnies, primitive survival mod, it also gives you access to more peat. That's what we needed. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. Primitive survival. That mod basically makes it so you can set little traps as well. There's like cordage you can make from the cattails. And you can make little snares and stuff to catch food. So we might try that out once we get to that point. It's not... like, since it's primitive survival, it's like one of the first things you are able to do, because you do just really need the cattails for it. Oh, and there goes our spoon. Shovel. Oh no, the bunny! I think it fell off the thing. You know, we'll take it. We'll think it. It couldn't give us much, but we'll take the bones, and eventually we can keep them and grind them up, and then we can put it back into our soil. And it will still help feed us in some way. I know it's just a video game animal, but it's, you know, it's nice to have respect. I try and do that, like, if I were to catch a fish in real life. Like, sometimes I go fishing. I haven't been successful. I haven't gone fishing in a while, actually. But if I were to catch a fish, to cook it, to eat it, I'd want to be thankful for it. That's not something we do too often. Because you gotta think that it was an animal at some point. Now, I'm not saying y'all should go vegan or anything. I'm most certainly not that. Myself some steak a little bit too much. Like, I would eat steak every day if I could. It's a little bit of a problem, but it's not a bad problem to have. But also, if you are vegan, you know, I have a few cousins that are vegan, and they enjoy it. Everyone has the ability to lead their own lives. And you shouldn't let other people influence your choices that you make. I think one of the things I enjoy the most, like one of the things I live by, as long as your lifestyle isn't hurting other people, then that is okay. Everyone should be able to live their own life unless their lifestyle is actively harming others. But you know, We get to be cozy. I want to live a cozy lifestyle. Live in a log cabin with the internet. Making YouTube videos. That is like a dream lifestyle. Making cute pies and stuff. I'd love to someday be able to do like cooking videos and cooking streams. I'm not the best cook ever. Like I am most definitely what I would consider like a home cook. Like on those videos where it's like the pro chef versus the noob cook versus like the 3 levels of cooking, you know, versus like the home chef. I would binge watch those videos. And I would definitely consider myself a home chef. I'm not like a professional. I do it for a living, but it's nowhere near professional cooking. Definitely not making anything super gourmet or anything. But you know, I have dabbled. I've made macarons before. I've made creme brulee. It was really good. It was very sweet, but you know, that's what... It's basically just sugar and cream, so it's gonna be very sweet. That was very good. I would have to definitely make that again. That was when my mom had given me like fresh vanilla beans that she had ordered from Amazon, so they're probably not the freshest, but you know. It was definitely better than just vanilla extract. And I did use some of those vanilla beans to make vanilla extract. And you know, I never knew that vanilla extract, it's just vanilla beans in some form of alcohol. And I'll be honest, I've used that vanilla extract for about 2 years now. Makes the best cookies. Either that or my recipe that I made for my chocolate chip cookies is just that good. And yes, I have made my own chocolate chip cookie recipe. Works great for snickerdoodles too. It's a very good just overall cookie base. I might have to make that in the future. Because I think there was one night where I was just super bored and I didn't have anything to do the next day, so I just stayed up all night doing research on like cookie ingredients and how they affected, like how different ingredients affected different kinds of cookies and like what effects they had. And then I just did that, and then the next day I just eyeballed everything. And I just turned it into a recipe that worked. And now I have that recipe hanging on like a little bulletin board in my room. And that is the first recipe I have ever made for myself. It's a very simple recipe. Like it's probably definitely not original because, you know, someone else has definitely made a recipe like it. But for me, it is like the perfect cookie. They are thin, they are crispy, they're not like super thin. But personally, I'm not a big fan of like super cakey cookies. I prefer like the thin, crispy, great to go in milk kind of cookie. So that's the kind of recipe I made. So in the game, we're just gonna put some peat over here. Gonna pick up this little peat that I misclicked. And what we are gonna do is we are gonna take this torch. And we're just gonna go through and we're gonna light these all. So we can get these cooking. And they're gonna take about 16 in-game hours to make fully fire. And then we'll be able to start cooking down our copper that we have. Now I don't know if we have enough to make... I don't think we have enough to make an anvil. We're definitely gonna need more copper, but I think we have enough to make a pickaxe, and that will make it so we can get more copper. Yeah, 30 nuggets, that'll make 150 units of copper. Oh yeah, we could definitely make a pickaxe and use that to get more copper nuggets from the ore veins we found. And then we can turn that into more copper. We can get the copper age going. You know? We'll just put our torch back on the wall for now. As we wind this episode down, we'll take a seat, if I can remember the button. Take a seat over here. And you know, if y'all have made it this far in the video, let me know what your favorite part of it was. Whether it was a conversation I had or something in game that happened, just feel free to let me know. Or if you have any criticisms or recommendations, or even like games to check out, feel free to do that. I would love to interact with y'all in the comments about this video. I think that would just be awesome. So, thank you all for staying. If you would like to, feel free to subscribe. Leave a like, leave a comment. Just, you know, typical YouTube stuff. This has been BuddyEatsMoss on the first episode of Vintage Story. Thank you for checking it out. I'll see y'all in the next one where hopefully we'll be getting some copper. Have a good night.